Let me describe two versions of myself to you and tell me which one sounds more familiar. Version A. That was me 3 years ago. I made $72,000 a year. Decent income, but I was always broke. I'd see something I wanted, new shoes, a gadget, the latest tech, whatever, and I'd buy it immediately, that same day, sometimes within minutes of seeing it. I told myself I deserved it. I worked hard. I earned this money. Why shouldn't I spend it? My credit card balance never went below $6,000. My savings account never went above $1,200. And at the end of every year, I had nothing to show for it except a closet full of stuff I barely used and a constant low-grade anxiety about money. Version B. That's me now. Same job, same income, but I'm saving $18,000 a year. My credit card stays at zero. I've got $45,000 in investments. I sleep like a baby. And here's the crazy part. I still buy things I want. I'm not living like a monk. I'm not depriving myself. I just do one thing differently. Before I buy anything over $50, I wait 30 days. That's it. One simple rule. And it completely killed my shopping addiction and changed my financial life. If you've ever bought something on impulse and regretted it later, if you've ever wondered where all your money goes every month, if you've ever felt like you can't control your spending no matter how hard you try, this video is going to give you the one rule that fixes everything. My name is John, and 3 years ago, I was a shopping addict who didn't even know it, and one 30-day rule saved me over $60,000 and counting. If this sounds like you, hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to share could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to your future. Here's what I didn't understand about myself 3 years ago. I wasn't a shopaholic in the traditional sense. I wasn't buying designer handbags or expensive jewelry. I wasn't maxing out credit cards on luxury items. I was just buying normal stuff. A new pair of running shoes because they looked cool. A subscription box because the ad was compelling. A kitchen gadget because it seemed useful. Headphones because they were on sale. Each purchase was reasonable. Each one was under $200. Each one felt justified in the moment. But the problem wasn't the individual purchases. It was the frequency. I was buying something every week, sometimes multiple times per week. $50 here, $80 there, $120 on Friday. None of it felt significant, but when I finally sat down and calculated my actual spending, I was hemorrhaging $1,400 to $1,800 per month on stuff I didn't need. That's $16,800 to $21,600 per year. On a $72,000 salary, I was spending nearly 30% of my gross income on impulse purchases. No wonder I was always broke. The wake-up moment came when I bought a $300 blender. A blender. I already had a blender that worked perfectly fine, but I saw a video about this high-powered, commercial-grade blender and convinced myself I needed it. I'd make smoothies every day. I'd get healthy. This was an investment in my health. I bought it that night. It arrived 3 days later. I used it twice. It's been sitting in my cabinet for 3 years. That's a $300 cabinet decoration. And that's when I realized I had a problem. So I started researching impulse spending, and I found this concept called the 30-day rule. Simple idea. When you want to buy something that's not an immediate necessity, you don't buy it right away. You write it down on a list with a date, and you wait 30 days. If after 30 days you still want it, you can buy it guilt-free. But you have to wait the full 30 days, no exceptions. I thought this sounded impossible. 30 days, that's forever. I'll forget about it, I'll miss the sale, someone else will buy it. Every excuse ran through my head. But I was desperate, so I tried it. The first item I put on my 30-day list was a $180 jacket I saw online. I wanted it so badly. I had the checkout page open. But instead of clicking buy, I wrote it down. Leather jacket, $180, March 15th. And I closed the browser. For the next week, I thought about that jacket constantly. I'd check the website to make sure it was still in stock. I'd imagine myself wearing it. I'd justify why I needed it, but I didn't buy it. Second week, I thought about it less, maybe 3 or 4 times. Third week, once or twice. By week 4, I completely forgot about it. When I looked at my list 30 days later and saw a leather jacket, I couldn't even remember what it looked like. I had to go back to the website to see it. And when I saw it, I felt nothing. No desire, no urgency, nothing. I didn't buy it, and I saved $180. That's when I realized the power of this rule. The 30-day waiting period kills the emotional impulse. When you see something you want, your brain floods with dopamine. You feel excitement, desire, urgency. You have to have it right now. But that feeling is temporary. It peaks in the moment and fades over days and weeks. If you can get past that initial dopamine spike without buying, the desire usually disappears completely. You realize you didn't actually want the thing. You wanted the feeling of acquiring something new. And that feeling goes away whether you buy it or not. Let me show you the math on what this rule did for my finances. Before the 30-day rule, I was spending about $1,600 per month on impulse purchases. After implementing the rule, my impulse spending dropped to about $200 per month. That's a $1,400 per month reduction. That's $16,800 per year. Over 3 years, I've saved $50,400 in avoided purchases. But the real number is bigger because I invested that money instead of spending it. $16,800 per year invested at 10% returns for 3 years becomes $58,600. If I keep this up for 30 years, that's $3 million in retirement wealth. $3 million from one simple rule. Don't buy anything over $50 without waiting 30 days. Let that sink in. A $300 blender I didn't buy could have been part of a $3 million retirement fund. Now here's what actually happens when you implement this rule. First month, it feels impossible. You'll have 15 to 20 items on your list. You'll be obsessively checking them. You'll feel like you're missing out. You'll want to cheat and buy things early. Don't. Push through. By month 2, you start to see the pattern. 70% of the items on your list you don't want anymore after 30 days. You realize most of your desire was manufactured urgency. Month 3, you start adding fewer items to the list because you know most of them won't make it to 30 days anyway. Why bother wanting something you won't buy? By month 6, your entire relationship with shopping has changed. You're not fighting cravings anymore. You're naturally more selective about what you even consider buying. You've retrained your brain to separate real needs from dopamine-driven wants. And here's the best part. The things you do buy after waiting 30 days, you absolutely love because they pass the ultimate test. You still wanted them a month later. Those purchases bring genuine value and satisfaction instead of buyer's remorse. Let me give you the exact implementation framework. Rule 1. The threshold is $50. Anything under $50, buy it if you want it. Don't overthink small purchases. Anything over $50 goes on the 30-day list. Rule 2. Write it down immediately. The moment you want to buy something, open your Notes app or a spreadsheet and write the item, the price, and today's date. This captures the impulse without spending money. Rule 3. Set calendar reminders. Put a reminder 30 days from now to review the item. When the reminder pops up, decide if you still want it. Rule 4. If you still want it after 30 days, buy it guilt-free. This isn't about deprivation, it's about intentionality. If you genuinely want something a month later, it's probably a good purchase. Rule 5. Track your avoided purchases. Every item you don't buy after 30 days, write down how much you would have spent. Add it up monthly. This creates positive reinforcement. You're not focusing on what you're missing, you're celebrating money saved. Here's what surprised me most about this rule. I thought I'd feel deprived. I thought I'd miss the thrill of buying things, but the opposite happened. The thrill transferred from buying to saving. Every time I looked at my 30-day list and realized I didn't want something anymore, I felt like I'd won. I'd outsmarted the marketing, the dopamine, the impulse. And watching my savings account grow became more satisfying than any impulse purchase ever was. The psychology behind why this works is fascinating. Retailers and marketers spend billions creating artificial urgency, limited time offers, low stock warnings, flash sales, today only. These tactics trigger your fear of missing out. They force you to make emotional decisions instead of rational ones. The 30-day rule removes the urgency. There's no such thing as a once-in-a-lifetime deal. That same item will be available again, probably on sale again, probably cheaper. And even if it's not, if you didn't need it desperately enough to think about it for 30 days straight, you didn't need it. Here's the action plan. Today, right now, create your 30-day list. Use a note on your phone, a spreadsheet, whatever works. Make 4 columns: item, price, date added, decision. Starting today, every single purchase over $50 goes on this list before you buy it, no exceptions. Set calendar reminders for 30 days out for each item. When the reminder hits, decide. Still want it? Buy it. Don't care anymore? Delete it and celebrate the savings. Do this for 90 days, 3 months. That's long enough to see the pattern and long enough for the habit to stick. Track your avoided spending. At the end of 90 days, add up everything you almost bought but didn't. For most people, this number is $3,000 to $6,000 in 3 months. That's $12,000 to $24,000 per year. That's a car payment. That's a vacation. That's wealth building. And you didn't sacrifice anything real. You just stopped buying things you didn't actually want. Here's what I want you to understand. Shopping addiction isn't about buying expensive things. It's about buying frequently. It's about using purchases to get dopamine hits. It's about scratching emotional itches with spending. And the 30-day rule doesn't fight the addiction directly. It just inserts time between impulse and action. And time kills impulse every single time. You have a choice right now. Keep buying things the moment you want them and stay broke. Or implement one simple rule. Wait 30 days and watch your savings explode. I was spending $21,000 a year on stuff I didn't need. Now I'm investing $18,000 a year in wealth building. Same income, completely different life. The only difference is 30 days. If this video gave you a rule that could save you $20,000 this year, smash that like button and subscribe to John Money Rules for more content that actually changes your financial life. The 30-day rule killed my shopping addiction and could save you a fortune. Start your list today.